I know you guys got up to no good in Denver. Yeah, the bromance was booming out there in America, wasn't it?
You know what? He's a cool guy, mate. I've got a lot of time for him. I really like him. He made proper cracks me up. He's so funny.
Yeah, I love Jared too. But we want to speak to you, Liam, first because, well, first of all, how was the move? You told me you're moving house. What's going on?
Mate. So it fell apart at the last minute, and now we've got to move next week. This is how I'm living like this at the minute. Out of boxes, mate. I'm living out of cardboard boxes. And the thing is, because we're moving now in a couple more days, there's no point unpacking everything and then just to pack it all back up. So until then, But to be fair, I don't really do anything through the week other than I'm in gym clothes all the time because I'm in and out of the gym. So it's not affecting me that bad. But it's just annoying. There's boxes all over the house. My missus is stressed to death with it all. It's just a nightmare. I'm never moving again. That's it. When I get in this new house, that's it. I'm not moving. I'm done.
Smart man. John, you're about to move soon as well, aren't you? Going to Phuket from South Korea, I think.
Yes. I'm going to make the move, man, to Phuket and, start
at least you're moving to somewhere beautiful.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. What about you?
I'm just moving to another end of Leeds. That's where I'm moving, mate. And I'm not moving to anywhere exotic. I'm just moving just round the corner. But it's still stressful.
But you lived a beautiful life, you know. I mean, now you got to settle down a little bit, right?
Yeah, no? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I suppose. A little bit.
Did that 100K that Jared mentioned, did that help you out with the mortgage, the deposit of this house, or what?
Yeah, that went into it. To be honest, I said I was going to put it towards a move with my fiance, and that's what it's gone into. Yeah, that's I've been able to upgrade and upscale my house with that nice little bonus, so yeah. Thank you, One Championship.
Wow,
Liam,
perfect.
I wanted to ask you about these bonuses, though. You know, because Chatri, he gives them out like hotcakes. Like he's like Oprah Winfrey.
He's just slinging them around all over the place. And you know what? I'm so mad that I'm injured at the minute. Nono's got a lot to answer for fucking my knee up, I'm telling you. Because I'm so mad that I'm injured at the minute. Because I keep seeing these bonuses getting thrown all over. And I'm like, well, I'm missing out on all this. But yeah, hopefully I'm back soon and I can.
Do you feel like these other promotions, I'm pretty sure you watch the other promotions around the world, some of them don't even have bonuses. And the ones that do, they're kind of stingy, right? Like Chatri showed you, come on, these promotions have some money to throw out. Let's give some money to the fighters.
Yeah, 100%. I see some guys on UFC and things like that, and I watch them have absolutely ridiculous wars, and no bonuses get thrown out. And then I read up on the purses afterwards, and the purses are terrible as well. I'm like, wow,
12 and 12.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, wow. So yeah, you can't be mad at the way, especially what he's doing on the Friday fights in Thailand. He's changing the Thais' lives. Like Sexan, he's had a bonus every fight now. Big bonuses are normal, and he got a double one at the weekend again. And it's guys like him who spent his entire career going to absolute insane wars in every single fight. He deserves this sort of stuff, and it's beautiful to see, really. Because I read something not long back, in COVID, one of his fights pay slips got put on the internet, and it was something disgraceful, like 40,000 baht, and he only got half of it. So he came out of it with about 400 English pounds or something, which for someone like him, it's sad to see. And I remember in COVID, he was selling fruit and stuff like that to try and survive. And now he's had these 4 fights on One Championship. He's had bonuses every single fight. And now he's been able to build a house for his family and do everything that he's wanted to do over all these years. So stuff like that, that's beautiful to see.
That is beautiful. I mean, he had an incredible fight. There were so many incredible fights, Liam. What else caught your eye? There were so many. It was such a crazy night. I think there were 3 $50,000 bonuses, 6 or 5 10,000 baht, then $10,000, 1 double 10,000, so 20,000, then 2 contracts, I think, for One Championship. It was just a mad night.
Oh, exactly. We're absolutely insane. The fights that caught my eye, the ones that I knew were going to caught my eye. I knew Nico were gonna, because he's an absolute specimen, mate. He's such an incredible athlete. And how he makes that weight, I will never, ever know. He's fucking humongous.
He is.
I've done some work with him, and I've trained him, and I'm close with his coach, JP, so we always discuss tactics when he's going to fight and stuff like that. And we spoke in depth about the tactics to fight Muay Thai and stuff like that. We were both on the same wavelength, and he just pulled it off to perfection. But I felt a bit sorry for Muay Thai, mate, because when he got in ring and he saw what was stood in front of him, he must have just thought, "Oh shit, what on earth have I signed myself up for here?" Because he was just twice the size of him. And I said on my Instagram, it's not like he's twice the size of everyone in that division and just a bigger lump who doesn't really know what he's doing. He's twice the size, but he's skillful. He knows how to fight. He's got a good IQ, and he knows how to use that strength, and he knows how to use his timing and all that. So he's, as long as he doesn't grow out of that division, because I think he's only 24, 25, Nico, and he'll still be just filling out a little bit. As long as he doesn't grow out of the division where he can't make that weight anymore, he's going to be fucking very hard to beat. Yeah, it also depends now he's signed. I know they have a 5% rule on the shows I fight on, the big ones, where the way you after the fighting, you're not allowed to put on more than 5%. So for our weight, Nico wouldn't be allowed to put on more than 3 kilo. And I think, obviously, he's absolutely humongous. So I think overnight, he must be putting on about 7-8 kilo, I think, because he's twice the size of everyone in that division. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays into it. But without that, mate, he's such an incredible athlete. Like, you've seen how good an athlete he is. He was doing backflips and stuff after the fight. But his timing's on point. He's strong. He's got solid hands. He can clinch well. So, yeah, he's going to be a nightmare in that division for anyone. Obviously, my boy Superlek, that was ridiculous as well. Because Nabil is no joke, Nabil. I have watched Nabil beat some very, very high-level Thais. I've watched him cause massive problems to everyone. And I think even I think fucking hell, he might take Superlek a round or two here to figure him out, get used to the height advantage. And he just went out and absolutely just obliterated him. And I've never seen Nabil even really get hurt badly in a fight like that. He just absolutely obliterated him. So they were the two standout performances for me. I think that just showed like what level the guys who were winning them fights were at. And yeah, they were my two favourite performances. Just for the Nico's were class because I knew what the game plan was and he just pulled it off to perfection. And Nabil's, Superlek versus Nabil, because I don't think anyone expected Superlek to just blitz him the way he did. It were incredible.
Well, I wanted to ask you about those two fights. So it's perfect, because Nico Carrillo, he also called out Jonathan Haggerty. A lot of people calling Haggerty's name, right? A lot of people, Rodtang wants him, you want him. Yeah.
No matter what weight division they're in, everyone just wants to fight. I get in, he's just running around with a big bullseye straight up the middle of his chest. I thought, do you know what? I spoke to Superlek not long back because I did a training camp with him and he kept saying he wanted to fight Rodtang. So I'm not sure if someone whispered something in his ear saying, don't fight Rodtang, please don't. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on there. Because he kept saying to me before, I want to fight Rodtang. And yeah, so God knows what's going on there. But now I know what I'd understand. Fair enough, if you're the champion at Muay Thai in your weight division and you want to move up and win the title in the next one, yeah, then shout, I get his name. But until you're the champion in your own division, then just shout for whoever the champion is. Do you know what I mean? And I know they both keep saying, "Oh yeah, we want to keep the belts in Thailand. We don't want to fight each other." Surely the only way to keep the belts in Thailand is if the Thais fight the Thais. That's logic, isn't it? You know what I mean? If it's Thai versus Thai, the belt's staying in Thailand, isn't it? You never know. Haggerty might just keep pulling off all these mad upsets and none of them will have any belts. Do you know what I mean? So I don't fucking know. But yeah, just make them fight each other. The entire world should go on strike until them two are made to fight each other.
Well, you make a good point. If a Thai fights a Thai, the Thai stays the champ every single time.
The logic just is mind blowing, and I don't get it.
And what is it? Yeah, and Rodtang, he's the 10 million bot man. Why would you not want to fight him, right? Like, don't you want to be the 10 billion bot man?
You fucking goddamn right. You know what I mean? Bloody hell. And to be fair as well, Rodtang's last few fights, like the level of opponent has not been up to the elite level. If you look at who Superlek's been beating in there, Nabil's been fighting top level in Thailand. Pampayak, he's beat him twice. Pampayak is one of the greats of this era. He destroyed Walter in one round, whereas Walter had a really close title fight with Rodtang. Do you know what I mean? So when you're looking at it like that, I don't know. But obviously the way it's going to be marketed, the Americans love Rodtang. They love him and they love watching his antics and stuff like that. So obviously they're going to want to push him, especially now that there's the prime shows, they're getting into America. And I totally understand that. But at the end of the day, this is a sport and you should want to see who's the best in the division and who's the best on the planet. And all the fans wanted to see who's the best on the planet. And we all want to want to see what's going on there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like there's a lot of American fans that need to calm down a little bit, because I read something on Twitter earlier where someone said that Rodtang would have beat Prime Sanchai. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on here? I just don't know what planet some of these people are on. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, I think, honestly, if that fight does happen, I think Superlek beats him, and I think he takes him to school and beats him convincingly. But I don't know. Well, they're both talking about not wanting to fight each other and that. So it might be one of them, just know where you just never see it. Like, I remember quite a few years ago, and Sanchai and everyone wanted to see Sanchai and Anawat fight because they were both under different promoters and stuff, and they just never ended up fighting each other. So it might be just like another one of them situations. You see it in boxing all the time, don't you? Mayweather and Pacquiao. They might end up fighting when they're both 45 years old, you know what I mean? So who knows?
Well, some people, Liam, are saying Rodtang's also ducking Takeru now. He put a tweet out or an Instagram saying, you need to get some wins in one championship before you face me. But other people saying Rodtang has fought debutantes in his last 4 fights, I think.
Exactly, and he's fought like people like Lazeri, who's from the weight division below, Mini T from the weight division below, and again he had a tough fight with Mini T. Mini T give him a hard time, and Superlek just blitzed Mini T straight out of that when they fought. So Rodtang, I don't know if Rodtang just believes all his own hype or whatever, but there's no need for him to say that, because it's not as if Takeru's not proven as one of the greatest kickboxers of this era. He's done everything, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? So and the reason why he's signing to one is, like Chatri said, they're going to make him versus Rodtang in Japan, in Tokyo, and make it a big, massive spectacle. So why is he trying to talk himself out of it now? I don't know whether he's worried, if he thinks like, oh, if I fight Superlek and I lose, or if I fight Takeru and I lose, maybe my money will go back down. I won't be able to buy any new Mustangs or all these crazy trainers and T-shirts and shades that I keep seeing him in. It keeps turning up to fights like an absolute pimp, just still got all drip coming up.
He was wearing all white the other night.
Mate, I'd be doing it, mate. If I were on that money, I'd be doing it, mate. I'd walk around with a pimp cane and everything. I'd have the job lot if I were doing what he was doing. So you know what? I don't blame him at all, to be fair. But he's going to have to, like, the level of his opponents are going to have to come up. He's going to have to fight Superlek. He's going to have to fight Takeru. And he's going to have to level up to do it. So, yeah, I think I watched Takeru at the weekend. And he's dangerous, isn't he? He fought one of my friends, Bailey Sugden, who I spar with quite a lot. And Bailey's a handful, mate. Like, when I spar with Bailey, he's a tough spar. And although he got stopped with about 2 seconds left in the fight, he put a good account of himself. But Takeru's level, he was just levels above him, you know. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight, that one. I don't know. I think kickboxing rules, I see Takeru taking that one, but.
What about you, Liam? A few people asking in the chat, when are you coming back? Someone is suggesting maybe you're going to fight Pen Payak, I think it was. Yeah, Ichi said. Is that on the cards?
No, I've been told who my comeback fight is, and it will be in October. I'm probably not allowed to say I don't want to get in trouble, because I'll probably get in trouble for half the fucking things that are coming out of my mouth in this, to be honest. I'll get strongly worded email through from someone in a bit, but yeah, I've been told that it's October. Obviously, I'm still just rehabbing my knee and stuff at the minute. But yeah, I'll be back in October. I want to fight twice before the year's out. So maybe October, then December, just before Christmas, and then I can have a strong start next year as well. And we'll see where we go. Obviously, I want to get back in title contention. There's a queue forming now as well. Lobo's in there. There's newcomers like Nico Carrillo who's going to want to try and blast through them rankings as well. So yeah, But yeah, there's quite a few fights that I'm interested in coming back. And you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to fight Sexan. Nothing other than just the fact that he's one of my heroes. He's one of the greatest entertaining fighters of this era. And I fought all the legends from this era. He's the only one missing.
Are you giving us a hit? Are you giving us a hit? Are you giving us a hit?
Yeah, not yet. He's not my comeback fight. I do. Once I'm fully fit, I'd love to fight him, because one, he's the only legend missing from my resume from this era, and two, I just think when I'm fully fit and the way he fights, I think we could produce some real magic. Do you know what I mean? And it'll be absolutely mad. So that'd be an interesting one. But yeah, we'll see where it goes from my comeback and stuff like that first.
So. Can we rule out you and Haggerty in October at Wembley Stadium or something?
I need to. I know, but that won't be my comeback fight. And do you know what? It won't be fair, because obviously I can't get my knee snapped in half and then come straight back to a title fight. I think there's people like Lobo who just knocked out Sam Apech and that, who's who could possibly. And Haggerty's another one. No, he's calling just random mad name called Towanchai out the other day.
Yeah.
Fair play to Haggerty, do you know what I mean? Because that seems like suicide to me. But do you know what? He's obviously after his knockout against Nongo, he's going to be believing he can do almost anything. So yeah, fair play to him. But yeah, let's see what they do. Let's see where it goes from there. I know Petnanon was calling him out as well for the kickboxing title. He's calling out Towanchai, and the Superlek and Rodtang all calling him out. Like I say, he's got a big bullseye on his name, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see which route they choose for him to go. Whether he'll defend the title, whether he'll move up, or whether he'll fight Petnanon and go for a double belt. It's an interesting division in it at the minute, and there's all Muay Thai in one championship now is the most interesting by a mile, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to ask you, do you think we're in a golden era now for the sport in one championship? I think it played second fiddle to the MMA for a long time, and then the kickboxing even sort of took more prominence. But I think now with what we've seen since January, as a watcher, I myself have come to learn so much more about it this year and to appreciate it more. I'm sure as someone who's been in it for so long, are you really proud to see it?
Yeah, I'm loving it, to be fair. And there's a lot of Muay Thai purists out there who don't really like the direction it's going in. But
yeah, that was my next question for you, actually, because RJ was asking what you think about the 4-ounce gloves and everything.
So everything in life, it evolves over time. Every sport evolves. If you look at football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, how that was in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and how it is today, it's changing. It's almost like a different sport. And that's what you do. You evolve with the times. And if you want more money into it, this is the way to do it. If you want to get fighters paid, it has to be. Muay Thai has never been able to get pushed worldwide on television. And there's been a reason for it. People haven't really liked the 5-3 Muay Thai style. They haven't really liked the traditional style. They didn't like the opening 2 rounds where it's a bit slow and the fighters are feeling each other out. And a lot of people who are Muay Thai purists, they start to get bored of this and they'll lose interest halfway through round 2 before the fight really opens up and gets going. There's none of this on one championship. You put the best strikers in the world in 4-ounce gloves, 3 rounds, and then dangle loads of bonuses in front of him and going, yeah, there's 50 grand there if you go crazy and knock him out. You're going to get the most exciting fights imaginable, and that's what's happening at the minute. The sport's evolving, and if you want to get on with it, jump on board and push yourself and go for that one championship contract. If not, carry on what you're doing. But I'll tell you something, you're not going to be getting these bonuses and making a good living like all the guys who are signed to one are doing now. So yeah, you just got to evolve go with the times, because this is what's happening. We're in the one championship era now. That's where it is. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, I've had my career. I had 117, 18 fights under traditional Muay Thai rules. I'm happy to finish my career here and fight like this and get on these stages and these cards and get the exposure worldwide and stuff. And I can't see why any other fighter would not want that and would not want this for our sport.
How big would it be for you to actually have one championship, throw a show in the UK, like bringing one championship to the UK? That would be like a milestone, right, for yourself somewhat.
For the whole of UK Muay Thai, I think we've got some high-level fighters that in the UK as well. UK and Scotland, obviously, there's Nico, there's me, there's Haggerty, Bendon showing his level. And I felt sorry for Bendon against Sexan, because he only took that on 3 weeks' notice, and he were on holiday and he wasn't super fit. If he were fitter, he'd have done a lot better in that fight, but you still saw his level. We've got Liam Nolan, we've got other top fighters in the UK, like Joe Ryan and Joe Craven and stuff. We could put a really good event on in England, mixed that with bringing a couple of the top guys over, like Rodtang and Superlek and those guys, and we would fill out any arena in England, no doubt. And it'd be incredible to have. And I'd love to be involved in it. Obviously, I'd like to be the main event. I need to come back and get a win or 2 under my belt first. But I'd love to be involved in a main event there, because it'd be absolutely massive. And I've done everything I wanted to do in my career. Other than now, I just want to finish strong on one championship now and go out in style. So yeah, that'd be a perfect ending for me, really.
All right. Well, RJ has come back and just asked, does 4-ounce Muay Thai remove the skill?
Do you know what? Yes and no, because there's technicians out there who might be point scorers and Muay Thai styles that they're going to struggle with this. Obviously, you need a skill level in there, but you need to be able to have better head movement. If you can dodge a shot in 4-ounce gloves. Obviously, that there's skill level involved. However, the bonuses and the 4-ounce gloves, they are pushing people more to be like a Muay Mat style, like just a wild. Like you saw Tom Poon in the opening fight on Friday. He just ran straight across the ring and just started swinging all over. And yeah, there wasn't much skill involved, but it was entertaining. And that's what you need for television. If people are going to like get it on TV and stuff like that, it is really entertaining. But yeah, I get what you're saying about the skill level going down a bit. Those type of fighters are going to struggle, which is a shame because in the stadiums a few years ago when you used to watch all the Muay Thai styles, it were a beautiful thing to watch. However, that's not saying that they can't adapt their style, because if you look at someone like Tawanchai and Nong O, they are two of the best Muay Thai from this generation, and they both won titles. Nong O had a great run of 10 or 11 and defenses or something crazy like that. Tawanchai's champion at that weight. So there is ways where you can find to still have that female style and adapt it a little bit into the 4-ounce glove style, but it is going to be tough for him.
All right. Well, John, do you have anything else for Liam? I think Jared will be here in 5 minutes, so I don't know how long you can hang around, Liam. But
I've got another 5.
On the last fight night, we had a Amber Kitchen fight, and she's gone winless in one championship, but all of her fights have been crazy. Her last one, arguably, she could have gotten the judge's decision on that one. What do you see in her? She's still so young, man. Like, she's only 24 years old.
So Amber trained with us at my gym, and she moved there about 6 months ago. She's done her last few fight counts with us, and I feel sorry for her because Amber's only had about 18 fights, and every fight she gets put in, they've all had like 4 times more fights than her. Jackie Bunton were a challenge, a title contender, and the girl she just fought, I can't pronounce her name, but she was ranked number 4 in the world in the women's pound-for-pound kickboxing rankings. She was 8 times world champion. She was on a 14-fight win streak, and Amber were on a 3-fight losing streak, and Amber still nearly won. She's just not quite there yet, and she's getting just slightly overmatched. She needs to, personally, I'd like to see one championship, bring her down to someone who's had the similar amount of experience than her, and then all this new stuff she's learning with us at our gym, she could then put it into action when she fights. It's tough for her at the minute because she's getting put in there with girls who've had 3 times more fights than her, world champions, and it must be daunting for her thinking this, but she, like her last fight, I thought she did great, and she nearly got the girl out of there in round 1. She started strong, and it was a very entertaining fight, but she's just not quite there yet. She's getting there with every fight, and like all the stuff she's learning with us and stuff, we're seeing massive improvements all the time. But when you're fighting someone every single time who's had much more experience than you, it's hard to translate it from the gym into the ring. Maybe that they can match with someone like a little bit fairer next time, because there's so many fighters who want to get on one championship on these Friday Lumpini shows. Now, it can't be that hard to find a girl who's actually had the same amount of fights as her. And then we can see how good she actually is and how much she has improved. But he's just tough for her at the minute. She's getting put in with world champions every fight and stuff like that. So she's getting better every fight, no doubt, but she's just not quite at that level yet.
With the competition that she's faced and how she's performed and how she's gotten better, I feel like once it clicks for her, she's gonna start running the table on some of these girls, man. Bad, like it's gonna be violent.
100%. Like you saw, like the potential in that last fight. Like there were moments where she showed really good moments of brilliance and stuff. And she's obviously clearly tough as nails because she took some big shots in that last fight as well. So yeah, like you say, once everything clicks together and we just start getting, because you like to say, she only lived in Leeds with us for 5 months. Give her another 2 years, and then we'll see where she is then. Because I think she'll be up there then, 100%.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. She's got so much potential.
Yeah, definitely.
Liam, one from Ichi here in the chat. What's up, Ichi? Asking who the next big English Muay Thai fighter is after you and Haggerty. Is it Freddie Haggerty, the younger brother?
No, I'll tell you what it is. It's Joe Ryan. He's 19 years old. He's 2-time world champion. He just fought on one of my promotions that I did in England, the Hitman Fight League.
Yeah, give us a bit of a plug for that as well. I wanted to...
Well, yeah, so listen, Joe Ryan fought the main event on this. He fought Magnus Anderson, who Magnus has fought for the one championship title. He's fought a lot of good ties, and Joe knocked him spark out in the first round with a head kick. It was pretty scary, actually, to be fair. So yeah, look out for him and go follow him on his socials. Joe Ryan, he's an incredible young talent. He's so good. And then obviously there's guys like Joe Craven and stuff as well. He's coming through. He had a crazy fight on that show. Yeah, so those are the two guys to look out for, I'd say.
All right. Well, there's some trolls in the chat as well, and one of them is adamant I ask you about Arjan Bhullar because apparently you weren't so complimentary of him last week.
No, listen, I don't know what I'm fucking looking at when I'm looking at MMA, but to me, that didn't look very good. I don't know whether it was or not. He just wasn't doing anything, and I couldn't. I know, like, the Russian geezer's a big, scary dude, 12-0, 12 finishes, and I'd have probably been shitting my pants a little bit as well and running away. But I just couldn't get my head around how he was the world champion because he just didn't look like he had anything to offer back to how do you say the Russian's name?
Anatoly Malikin.
Malikin, that's it. Yeah, it didn't look like it. It didn't look like he was trying. It wasn't like there were any point where he threw caution to win. I thought, I'm getting beat up here. Fuck it, I'll just go crazy and throw some shots. He just didn't. I thought, oh well, he said he was a wrestler. There were no attempts at any wrestling or takedowns. I just wasn't impressed, and that's all I can say about it.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good showing from Arjan that night, and it looked like he tried to slide out the ring a couple times.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he was trying to escape under the bottom rope. Yeah, like I say, I don't really know what I'm looking at in MMA, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't like an elite level performance.
All right, I got one last question before we let you go. Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg in Muay Thai 4-ounce gloves. Who you taking?
Elon Musk, I don't know. He looks like he's a little bit like autistic and like he'll be a bit crazy and that. So yeah, I'll go with Elon Musk.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks, Liam, for jumping in. We do have Jared Brooks coming up anytime now, so we appreciate you joining us and hopefully speak to you soon. Maybe when they confirm this fight, we could have you back at some point.
Yep, nice one, mate. Just let me know and I'll be back.
Oh, also commiserations on Leeds relegation. I didn't speak to you since
pathetic,
then. Yeah.
Mate. Pathetic. Yeah. And we're going to struggle to get out of that championship division now as well. But we'll see. Need a new manager first. We haven't even got a manager.
Well, hopefully. Yeah, not looking good. All right. Well, yeah. Thanks again, Liam. We'll see you soon, and hopefully Leeds can get some good signings in before we speak to you, and you'll be a bit happier on that front as well.
I won't hold my breath with that, mate.
All right, cool.
See you soon, guys.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Bye.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dom Lau here from One Championship. You are tuned into the best damn martial arts news outlet anywhere in Asia. SCMP Martial Arts, baby. Give them a follow.